Most of my day is spent right here. Editing, filming, planning, and much more. So it's time for me to actually get the setup up and running and make it look good. I need it to be super easy to film, also for it to have good lighting, and also for it to have all the desk accessories I use every single day. So once I got everything off of the desk, now it was time to build the new setup. In the new setup, one of the most important things is going to be this mat. It adds a nice background to my top-down shots and just overall looks super clean, but there's one problem. It is kind of bent on one side, so we're gonna have to fix that. After a while of heating the mat up and trying to level it out, I finally got it to a pretty decent level. It's not perfect, but it'll work for now. Now that we got probably the hardest step out of the way, let's start building this setup. First, we're gonna start with the filming setup. So the tripod, the ring light, and all of that. One of the main reasons I moved this desk over a couple days ago is so that I get a nice background of my setup behind me, and also having the desk in front of me is super useful when I'm filming. So to actually be able to get this shot, I'll need a couple pieces of equipment. Alright, so first is the tripod. It looks pretty clean and it's pretty adjustable. It also goes pretty high up. It holds up my camera really well, so that's why I use it to hold it up. And next is this ring light that I got from Amazon for pretty cheap. It works pretty well and you could adjust the brightness of the light and also the warmth. So yeah, it's not bad for a cheap Amazon ring light. The tripod and the ring light are the two main pieces that will make this shot look really good. Now let's talk about the camera and the accessories we're going to be using with it. Alright, so here's the camera that we're going to be using. It's the Canon EOS 80D. It has a 18 to 55mm lens, and I've been using this camera for super long and it's not bad. It also has a flip out screen, which is super useful. And for the mic, we're using the shotgun mic, which is the Saramonic V-Mic Mini, and it's pretty cheap and it's not terrible. And another microphone that we're going to be using is this lav mic from Power DYs. And yeah, those are all the accessories we're going to be using with this camera setup. Now that I showed you what we're going to be using in the filming setup, let's build it. Now that the filming setup is pretty much complete because we have the ring light and the tripod, let's focus more on the accessories and the desk. There are plenty of accessories we're going to be using in this setup, and one of them is this lamp right here. It's pretty much going to be used as another ring light so that I have equal lighting, one ring light on the left and one ring light on the right. And it is also pretty adjustable, so I could use it as a light for my top-down shots. On the lamp, you could change like the brightness and also the warmth of the light. And there even is a wireless charger right here, so I could even charge my AirPods on it. And because I have the ring light on the left here, we're going to be putting the lamp on the right so that I have equal lighting when I'm filming. And also I think it looks pretty good on the right. Oh, and I almost forgot to talk about one thing, and that is the desk. I got this desk from Costco. It's actually really cool. It's a sit-stand desk, so that means I can adjust it to whatever height I want. And there are also 3 preset heights that you could choose. For my desk, I have preset 1 to be as my sitting level. Another thing I like about this desk is this glass top. It adds a really nice look when I'm shooting like videos, like top-down shots. It looks super clean, and it also has a wireless charger on the right here, which is a nice addition to the desk. And it also has plenty of storage right here that just comes out here. And lastly, it has 2 USBs on the right side of my desk. And also there's a lock button, which pretty much when I press it, the buttons on the desk pretty much don't work. And then when I press it again, the buttons work. Alright, and now on to the other accessories that we're going to be using in this setup. Alright, so the next accessory I want to talk about is this iPad. It's just a standard Apple iPad, and it's going to be actually really useful in the setup because in the setup like I'm doing right now, I am filming. So on this iPad, I'm going to have like my script / like plan out of the video, so I could just look at the iPad and know what I need to talk about next, or what I need to say about like some certain topic or whatever I'm talking about. And I talked about this product earlier in the video, which is this mat. I'm going to be using it in the setup so that I don't damage the desk when I'm working on computers or like keyboards, for example. And also looks pretty nice, so I can use it in my like top-down shots, and it just overall looks nice, so I could just keep it in the setup. Next product is this guy right here. This is an Amazon Alexa, and since I bought it, I've been using it so much. I use it to control my LED lights that are around my windows. I also use this to control my floodlights, which are plugged into smart plugs. The last thing I use this for is to turn on my lights in my room, because I actually have a smart light switch. So for this accessory, this one's actually pretty cool. It's a wireless charger. So pretty much I'll have 3 wireless chargers in this setup already. It might be too much, but this one's actually pretty cool because it holds up my phone. It also can charge my AirPods and a Apple Watch. Alright, and lastly, let's talk about this beast. This is the HP Omen 17. And I just realized how dirty the fans are. But yeah, after using it for a couple of years, I am not disappointed. It's been holding up super well, and it's super good for editing, gaming, and just overall doing work on it. And speaking of work, I pretty much do everything on this laptop. I plan, script, think of video ideas, research, edit, and a bunch more. This laptop pretty much runs my YouTube channel, and it's important that it has good specs so that when I'm editing, it doesn't randomly lag or just randomly crash. So inside this laptop, I have a 2060, a i7 10th gen, 16 gigabytes of RAM, and these specs are more than enough to do all the things I mentioned earlier. And also, not only does this PC have really good specs, it also has a really good screen. It has around a 15.5-inch screen that is 144 Hz. So even if you're gonna buy this laptop just for gaming, you won't technically need to buy a monitor because the screen that comes on the laptop is already really good. Alright, now that I went over all the products we're going to be using in the setup, let's kind of like finish up building the setup because I have pretty much half of it done and half of it is not done. Alright, so after a bit, the setup is now complete. But yeah, this is how it looks like. Over here, I have the ring light. And then I also have my tripod, which is set up perfectly so that it captures my face and also the background, which is my setup. Normally, when I would be recording, I would have my setup turned on so it would look really nice with like all the RGB in the background. But currently, it is turned off so it doesn't look too good. So yeah, that's pretty much the filming setup. The ring light is a pretty good ring light. It has a bunch of different modes and it gets pretty bright. Alright, so on the left here, I have my Amazon Alexa. I mentioned already earlier in the video what I use it for. And then next to the iPad, I have the mat. And then on it, I have the PC. Connected to it, I didn't mention this earlier because I forgot, but I have this Rocat XP, which is a really good mouse for editing. It has a bunch of buttons, so I would definitely recommend it for like editing. I programmed the buttons for like shortcuts in DaVinci Resolve. And yeah, it's really useful when editing. Right here, I have my portable SSD connected to my laptop. Next to that, I have this cup kind of filled with some stuff to open like boxes. And then I have this stand that holds up my phone, kind of like this. Then right here, I have my lamp. But yeah, this lamp is also really cool because you can change the brightness. There's a wireless charger on here, and yeah, all of that. And then the last part of the setup is the desk. You could adjust it however you want as well, and yeah, that's pretty much the whole setup. This setup is going to be used so much because like I said, I spend most of my time here because most of my day is just filming, planning, editing, and just all of that. So yeah, I'm going to spend a lot of time here. So it was good for me to clean up the setup and make it built for like filming and editing and all of that. So yeah, with that said, have a great rest of your day and I'll see you guys in the next video.